Welcome to Concept with Justin. Today, we're shifting our focus from purely lush oases to the captivating intersection of landscape design and architectural form. Imagine an environment where carefully chosen plants become living sculptures, where pathways guide the eye with intention, and where the overall composition feels balanced, elegant, and meticulously planned. Whether applied to a front yard, backyard, or patio, these principles allow us to craft outdoor areas that are not just green, but truly designed extensions of our homes, reflecting a sophisticated and considered style. Achieving this level of intentional design often involves a thoughtful selection and placement of elements, moving beyond purely naturalistic arrangements. One of the key elements that allows for this controlled design is the use of potted plants. Pots offer versatility, allowing you to experiment with different arrangements and designs. To add depth and interest, arrange pots thoughtfully, perhaps in symmetrical pairs or structured clusters, mixing tall plants like fiddle leaf figs or palms with cascading greenery like ivy or pothos. This layering effect creates a dynamic visual appeal, making even a small corner of your garden come alive with planned intention. Moving to the flower beds or defined planting areas, this is where creativity truly shines, whether aiming for abundance or minimalist structure. A well-designed planting bed can serve as the heart of your garden, showcasing vibrant colors and textures, or focusing on the interplay of form and foliage. For a timeless look, opt for a mix of perennials like lavender, hydrangeas, and daylilies. These flowers not only bloom beautifully but also return year after year with minimal maintenance. To enhance the visual impact, create layers within the flower bed. taller plants at the back, medium-height flowers or foliage plants in the middle, and low-growing ground cover or textural elements at the front. The result is a cascading effect or a precise composition that draws the eye and creates a sense of abundance or refined structure. No garden oasis or meticulously designed landscape is complete without a thoughtfully designed pathway. Pathways are not just functional. They guide visitors through your space and set the tone for the entire landscape. For a sleek and contemporary look, often complementing minimalist or formal styles, consider using large stone slabs with pebbles placed in between. If you prefer a more rustic charm, opt for irregularly shaped stones or brick pathways. To elevate the experience, line your pathway with low-maintenance plants like boxwood or ornamental grasses, often tightly clipped for a structured appearance. The front yard, often the first impression of your home, deserves special attention. A neatly trimmed lawn is a classic choice, but you can take it a step further by incorporating structured elements, like a manicured hedge or decorative fencing. These elements establish the architectural framework of the landscape. A painted white picket fence, for example, can exude charm, while a dark-stained wood or wrought iron fence brings a modern, sophisticated touch. Let's explore a specific variation of structured front yard design that emphasizes minimalist elegance through geometry, particularly focusing on rounded forms within the planting areas and the plants themselves. Imagine predominantly rounded or curved planter beds defining the main planting zones near the house. Within these beds, or standing as sculptural elements, are evergreen shrubs meticulously pruned into perfect spheres. Complementing these spheres might be low, neatly clipped hedges, also potentially featuring curved lines to echo the beds. This style, while still structured and precise like other geometric approaches, introduces a softer geometry through the use of curves and spheres. It focuses intensely on pure form and the beauty of these sculpted green shapes against perhaps a simple lawn or gravel ground cover. The overall mood remains minimalist and elegant, highly structured and precise, but with a distinct focus on these rounded, sculptural plant forms creating a unique visual rhythm. For a distinctive and modern twist, consider incorporating decorative black stones or smooth, light-colored gravel into your landscape. These stones can be used to outline geometric or curved flower beds, create borders along pathways, or even form the base of a minimalist rock garden. Their sleek appearance contrasts beautifully with the vibrant greens of sculpted plants and the often limited palette of soft hues or flowers, adding a sophisticated edge to your outdoor space. The backyard is where you can truly let your imagination run wild, perhaps contrasting a structured front yard with a more relaxed feel. If space allows, create distinct zones: a lounging area with comfortable outdoor furniture, a dining area under a pergola draped with string lights, and a garden area filled with lush greenery. Adding a water feature, such as a minimalist sculpted fountain or pond, can introduce a calming element to the space, while a fire pit surrounded by cozy seating can make the area inviting year-round. When selecting plants for your oasis or structured landscape, think about how they contribute to the overall atmosphere and design intent. For the rounded geometric style, focus on evergreens suitable for precise pruning into spheres, like boxwood, yew, or certain hollies, and low hedging plants. Large leafy plants like monstera or banana trees evoke a tropical vibe, while succulents and cacti bring a touch of the desert. For seasonal interests, include a mix of evergreens and deciduous plants. Evergreens provide year-round structure, absolutely crucial for maintaining the impact of geometrically pruned shapes and hedges, while deciduous trees and shrubs offer changing foliage and blooms that mark the seasons. Vertical gardens are another exciting way to maximize your space while adding a unique aesthetic element. These living walls are perfect for small spaces or urban environments where ground space is limited. A vertical garden can be as simple as a wall-mounted metal grid with hanging pots or as elaborate as a fully integrated system with irrigation. Use a mix of greenery and flowering plants, or perhaps just green textures for minimalist designs, to add texture and variety. Herbs like basil, thyme, and parsley not only look beautiful but are also practical for cooking. Seasonality is another factor to consider when designing your outdoor space. A truly captivating garden evolves throughout the year, offering something beautiful in every season. In spring, focus on blooming bulbs like tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths, perhaps use very selectively for contained pops of color in the rounded beds. Summer is the time for vibrant flowers and lush greenery, though the emphasis in the geometric style remains on the form of the pruned shrubs. Autumn brings warm hues with chrysanthemums, asters, and ornamental grasses. In winter, evergreens, holly, and plants with interesting bark or berries can keep your garden visually appealing. The strong shapes of the pruned spheres and hedges become the dominant feature in winter. For those interested in a low-maintenance garden, there are plenty of options that don't sacrifice beauty. Succulents, cacti, and drought-tolerant plants like agave or yucca require minimal care and water. Ground covers like creeping thyme or clover can replace traditional lawns, reducing the need for mowing. Gravel gardens, which use stones and hardy plants, are another stylish and low-effort option. However, maintaining the perfect geometric shapes of pruned shrubs requires dedicated, regular pruning. For those who love to experiment, try incorporating unexpected elements into your garden. A mirror placed strategically can create the illusion of more space. A vintage bicycle with a basket of flowers can become a charming decorative piece. Even an old door or window frame can be repurposed as a quirky garden feature. In minimalist designs, any added elements are usually chosen for their strong form or sculptural quality. A garden is not just an aesthetic addition to your home, it is a living, evolving masterpiece. By layering thoughtful design, sustainable practices, and a touch of creativity, you can build a space that is not only visually stunning but also deeply functional and meaningful, reflecting a clear aesthetic vision. A garden oasis or structured landscape is as much about the experience as it is about the design. Let's begin by talking about enhancing sensory elements, a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of outdoor spaces. A truly immersive garden engages all five senses: sight, smell, sound, touch, and taste. For sight, consider playing with contrasts and focal points, or appreciating the refined beauty created by the structured precision of the rounded geometric landscape. A mix of textures, colors, and shapes can create a visually stimulating environment. For example, juxtapose the delicate, feathery texture of ornamental grasses with the bold, structural lines of succulents, or the perfect, dense forms of the pruned evergreen spheres. Use color theory sparingly. Warm colors like red, orange, and yellow draw the eye and create energy, while cool colors like blue, green, and lavender promote relaxation. Minimalist designs often rely heavily on shades of green and structural contrast. Adding vertical elements, like trellises with climbing roses or wisteria, can elevate the design and add a sense of depth. When it comes to smell, fragrant plants can be subtly incorporated to create an atmosphere that soothes and uplifts. Lavender, jasmine, and gardenias are classic choices for their calming scents, while herbs like mint, basil, and thyme add a refreshing aroma. For a unique touch, consider night-blooming flowers like moonflowers or evening primrose, which release their fragrance at dusk, adding a magical quality to evening gatherings in the garden. Sound is an often underutilized element in garden design. The gentle trickle of a simple, perhaps hidden, water feature, such as a fountain or a small pond, can create a calming backdrop. Wind chimes made of bamboo, metal, or even glass add a melodic quality as they sway in the breeze. For a more immersive auditory experience, plant vegetation that attracts birds, like berry bushes or sunflowers, and install bird feeders or bird baths to encourage their presence. Incorporating touch into your garden design adds another layer of engagement. Choose plants with interesting textures, like the velvety leaves of lamb's ear or the spiky fronds of ferns. Contrast these with the smooth perfection of the pruned spherical shrubs. Use materials like smooth river stones, rough bark, or soft moss in pathways or decorative features to create a tactile experience. Even outdoor furniture can play a role. Choose seating with cushions made from natural fabrics or sleek, modern materials for added warmth and comfort. Finally, let's talk about taste. A garden oasis can double as a source of fresh, delicious ingredients. Plant a mix of culinary herbs, fruits, and vegetables to bring your garden to life in a literal sense. Imagine stepping outside to pick fresh basil for a homemade pesto, or harvesting ripe tomatoes and cucumbers for a refreshing summer salad. Berry bushes, citrus trees, and even edible flowers like nasturtiums or pansies can add both beauty and flavor to your outdoor space. Even herbs can be grown within the structured beds or containers. Another area worth exploring is seasonal adaptability. A well-designed garden should remain beautiful and functional throughout the year, offering something unique in every season. In spring, focus on early bloomers like daffodils, tulips, and crocuses. These flowers bring vibrant color to your garden after the dullness of winter. Pair them with shrubs like forsythia or magnolia, which produce striking blossoms. Spring is also an excellent time to refresh your garden beds or top-dress containers with compost or mulch to prepare for the growing season ahead. Summer is all about lush greenery and bold, colorful blooms. Roses, hydrangeas, and sunflowers thrive during this time, creating a vibrant display. Incorporate shade structures like pergolas or umbrellas to make the space comfortable during hot days, and consider adding outdoor fans or misters for cooling. Summer is also the season for outdoor gatherings, so ensure your seating areas are well equipped with comfortable furniture and decorative cushions. The perfectly shaped evergreen spheres look particularly striking in the summer sun. In autumn, the focus shifts to warm, earthy tones. Chrysanthemums, asters, and ornamental grasses can bring rich reds, oranges, and yellows to your garden. Add decorative elements like pumpkins, hay bales, or lanterns to celebrate the season. Autumn is also a great time to plant bulbs for spring, ensuring your garden is ready to bloom when the weather warms up again. Winter, though often overlooked, can be just as beautiful as the other seasons. Evergreens like pine, spruce, and holly provide structure and color when other plants have gone dormant. Add interest with plants that have unique bark, like birch or red-twig dogwood, or those that produce berries, like winterberry. The strong geometric forms of the prune spheres and hedges are the stars of the winter landscape in this style. String lights and candles can add warmth and charm, transforming your garden into a magical winter wonderland. Thank you for joining us today on Concept with Justin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. And of course, subscribe to Concept with Justin for more design inspiration. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.